The Michelin Guide awarded new stars to some Bay Area eateries this month, adding some extra sparkle to several local restaurants. So joining us now live is one restaurant owner who knows what it's like to bask in the glow of the Michelin star. Here with us today is executive chef of Press Restaurant in Napa Valley, Phil Tessier. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Firstly, congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, this is a really coveted recognition. What's it like, and what was the recipe of success in getting there?
Yeah, I mean, the Michelin Guide is really the golden standard for restaurants. So, for us to be included in the Michelin Guide is, it's always a dream of chefs, and it's really a benchmark. So for us to be able to reach that level and to have that recognition, which, gives our guests, sort of a confidence in who we are and the level of experience they're going to have for us is pretty extraordinary.
I mean, I imagine it's pretty tough to stand out in Napa Valley, so this is really saying something. I'm really excited to see what you have in store for us here today. What did you bring? What are we cooking?
So this morning we picked some squash blossoms early this morning from our friend Peter Jacobson in Yountville, so just down the street in the middle of Napa Valley. Hot air balloons over your head while you're picking them, but this is one of our signature dishes. So we have a ricotta gnudi, so we basically make sort of a filling, if you will, with ricotta, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and some egg. So I'm gonna get your hands dirty a little bit. Hope that's okay.
Let's do it.
So basically what we do is we mix the dough, and then we take a little bit of flour and just roll these guys into little balls. So, if you were a kid playing with Play-Doh, this is right up your alley. So yeah, just flour your hands a little bit, get them so it doesn't stick too much, and then you're just gonna work towards getting a nice round shape. And then once you kind of get to that point, you can just put a little extra flour, and then we set them in this. So the magic of this is basically that they sit in here overnight and form sort of a natural pasta. So it really gives it kind of a delicate nature to it. It's kind of always surprising for our guests when they kind of, sometimes you get gnudi and it can be a little firm and stiff. So these guys are as light as we can make them without them falling apart.
I can tell the texture is super fine. So what inspires you in creating your menus, and do you guys mix it up, or is it pretty consistent? And yeah, what strikes you when you're trying to create your menu?
Sure, yeah, I mean, I moved to California from New York City, so, I was excited about ingredients. There's a towel here for you. But yeah, get your hands dirty. So we'll just cover these guys, and then they sit overnight like this until all that flour just kind of naturally absorbs it. But really the farms that we use are our inspiration. And, being in California, I was going to be in California for 2 years, and that was 15 years ago. So, but, being able to pick, such amazing produce like this. So we work really closely with the seasons, and really that product is our inspiration, for throughout the year for the menu. So we bring a lot of different technique from our team, their backgrounds and their inspiration. So next step here is we're going to take these guys, which we put in there last night. Okay. So grab a brush here. And then this is the fun part. You just kind of...
I feel like I'm excavating.
Yeah, it's kind of soothing. You do this for, like a little architectural work here. So we take these, and then you can see it's just basically going to be a little round ball, and you can feel how firm they got overnight. So it's just kind of the flour absorbs the moisture. And then we take these and brush them. These are the ones that we brushed already. So this one changes seasonally, this dish. So we'll basically, maybe we'll do it with mushroom and truffle in the winter time. Maybe we'll do some peas in the spring. And then really everyone waits for this moment where, the squash blossoms are back. So usually that's kind of late spring, early summer. So you can grab a couple of these guys here.
Oh, I love that we're working with flowers.
So yeah, you didn't know you were gonna get flowers today, did you?
No, but thank you.
So we'll trim these guys. We actually take the little stamen here and we make an oil with that. So part of what we do is really trying to utilize like all the parts of every product that comes in. So the little leaves that come in, we use as a garnish. But for this, we'll take the flowers. This is kind of my Zen moment before service every night. So I'm gonna give you one here. We're just gonna split these down the natural seam. Push these guys out of the way, so that'll be yours.
Wow.
And then I'll take this guy here. And then basically, you can take like 2 petals, and then you're gonna kind of come from the side. It's just like a little Christmas present here, so.
Which I suck at wrapping.
Well, this one should be okay. If I can do it, you can do it. So then you just kind of leave this little tail on there, and basically as it cooks, it's gonna steam and fold over.
Wow.
You're doing pretty good there.
I don't know. I think you're being quite polite.
Yeah. Well, for a first try, I've done about, I don't know, maybe 10,000
I
of these
didn't know
at
that
this
you
point.
could eat the pollen.
Yeah, so I mean, we basically just use it so you can see the color in here. I'll just put a little bit in this bowl here, but you can see it has this really like golden, beautiful color there. So when we pour the sauce in there, it kind of lifts that and you get sort of that sparkly gold look to it. So here we have basically these three little guys. So what we'll do is we'll put them in our steamer, and basically these guys just get steamed for about 4 minutes. So really this dish kind of speaks to sort of our ethos or mantra at the restaurant, was really just, being respect to the ingredients, having them be our inspiration, and then really sort of the idea of refined simplicity. So we introduce technique and the idea of that, but the final product is very simple but very elegant. So after we steam them for about 4 minutes, you can see just they kind of
Oh wow, look at that color.
yeah, the color just brightens. They kind of wrap tightly around them. And then this is our favorite pickup during service, because all we do is take them, steam them, and set them in the dish.
I gotta show this off. Look at this.
Yeah, so it's kind of nature's painting, if you will, just really simple.
Totally.
It basically, everyone, when they get it, it just like has a moment of like, should I eat this? Should I just stare at this for a minute? And then the last thing we do is at the table, we pour a little sauce. So basically we made a tomato water with basically kind of a gazpacho style. So we take like cucumber, tomato, red onion, marinate that, let it sit overnight. We spin that, in a food processor, let it drain, we get this clear liquid. And then all the rinds from the Parmesan, we make a Parmesan water.
Yeah.
And basically that then gives us two liquids we combine and we clarify.
It's a lot of flavor. This is very
is.
unique.
Yeah.
I'm quite impressed, and I can't wait to come visit. Where exactly in the Napa Valley are you?
So we are in just south of St. Helena, so really dead center in the Napa Valley. So if you're driving up 29, which is the main artery through there, we're kind of right there on the left-hand side.
And what more can people look forward to if they visit?
So we have our prefix menu, which has a lot of different options for guests to kind of choose their own adventure, if you will, and then our signature tasting menu. So we're about an 8-course tasting menu, and that's really kind of our favorites, our selection. We have the fruit de mer that the guests start with, and then from there, it's your opportunity to experience what we do.
It's really exciting. And again, congratulations on the Michelin star. And thank you so much for coming into the studio with all these goodies. I'm so excited to, again, come up and try it myself. Well, thank you so much to Phil Tessier.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
From Press Restaurant. And that's all for us here. It's perfect weather for a trip up to Napa, and that's where you can find Phil Tessier, who is still with us here in the studio. So one last time, just want to say that's it for us here at Cron 4 News. We're so very happy to have met you, and thank you so much for this display
Come see
here.
us up in Napa.
I would love that, and it's perfect for summertime.
He has a steamer here, by the way, and I remember the commercials of bamboo steamer and all this. But this is great to steam bread when you have it in like the freezer. You put it.
Yeah,
in
it's
the
amazing how versatile
Boom.
these are.
Dave is
right
giving
away
the
you
Michelin
have-
star
Yeah, yeah.
chef.
No, I'm just
I'll
saying,
take
you get
some
advice.
fresh tasting bread like that while it's in the freezer for a week or two. And
Did you know about this trick?
I didn't, but I'm sure my kids will
It's
love that idea.
pedestrian. It's very simple. You can do it at home if I could do it. So I'm sure you do it more professionally. So.
We do a couple things.
All right, thanks so much for watching. I'm Ella Sigamonian. We'll see you next time.